You know, most action figures these days lack expression or, come off a little stiff. So you're looking for a little life? How about the afterlife? This week we're taking a look at NECA's Bio-Exterminator, Beetlejuice. The juice is loose. And no, I'm not talking about O.J. Simpson. Beetlejuice is a flamboyant, mischievous, skanky scamp, bending the rules of reality just for the fun of it, using cartoon logic in a live-action setting, only he's dead.
Pardon me.
Accessories! Does this purse go with my bra, brah?
Beetlejuice comes with a set of open or spread 'em hands, a set of cupping or cop and a feel hands, a right nose picking or pointing hand, and a right pinching hand.
Swear it was just a tiny little St. Patrick's Day pinch. It was like this. Ugh.
Both the two left hands have a ring that's nicely sculpted and painted, a detail that could have easily been missed. We also get a pocket mouse with a large stiff tail. The tiny paint hits are done with a steadier hand than mine and look great from a normal distance. It is a tiny little thing though, so keep an eye on it.
We're so small and we're practically the size of mice, brain.
Although it looks like it, the handle on the lantern doesn't hinge. The fire is an orange neon plastic, and with all that painted detail on this figure, this is the least realistic part. A light-up feature would have been cool, but we'd be looking at a much higher price point. Other than the fine print, the Afterlife newspaper is perfectly legible. The select hits of printed wash are strategically placed throughout the paper, but it feels more like the Bristol board you'd get from a classroom presentation than one of actual paper.
I'm dead.
It doesn't wrinkle like paper, nor does it reflect light like paper, but it does help with longevity as long as you don't bend it. The insides have stills and callbacks from the movie, but I'll let you discover that on your own. On the back is a similarly designed advertisement as the Beetlejuice flyer, the same flyer that missed the mark when it was printed.
You had one, Joe.
The hat and the hair are one piece and are glued together. There's also a second hair piece without the hat.
Ha! I got your hat! Take that, hatless!
For faceplates, we get the pervy, try to make this a throuple look, the someone pissed in my juice expression, the wanna get nuts, let's get nuts faceplate, and a ventriloquist expression like when Beetlejuice throws his voice.
Don't be that way. If you don't mind a few splinters, we could have us a menage a trois.
Articulation, brah.
Head's on a double ball joint, allowing you to get, well, I guess the faceplate does come off if you push it down too far. It does come up a decent amount. There's a head spinning amount of rotation and a little bit of tilt. The torso is one piece, so there is less crunch than his dinner. There is rotation at the waist though. Arms do rotate all the way around and isn't hindered by that jacket. There's no bicep swivel, but there is one at the elbow and a single jointed elbow. Arms ball and hinge straight out. Hands do rotate and hinge down and all the way up. Legs kick up, out. Better than most Marvel Legends. There is a upper thigh swivel. And unlike the DC collectibles, it does swivel in the neutral position. There's an additional swivel at the knee, but you're barely going to be able to kick a soccer ball with that single jointed knee. There's no shoe swivel, but feet do hinge down, hinge up, and rocks like bumping into old classmates from high school.
Whoa! I owe that guy money.
Go sit yourself.
Whether he's sitting on a tombstone or waiting in the waiting room to the afterlife, Beetlejuice cannot go sit himself.
Alright, first up, I think Beetlejuice would call him a stranger, and not just because his hand has gone numb. Here's Michael J. Fox's Marty McFly, and another infamous character by Michael Keaton. Here's DC Collectibles Batman 89. And keeping on the same trend, some inception of puppeteering, Here's NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo. And next up, another NECA character pulled straight out of the screen and into action figure form. Here's Back to the Future, Doc Brown. And next up, a modified googly-eyed ghost-busting Ghost Rider. Here's Marvel Legends, Ghost Rider. And with some turtle wax on, wax off, here's NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Donatello. And lastly, you don't need to cut it down to get this paper mache. Here's a tree. And for those wondering, the Super Action Stuff Casket of Cruelty does fit this Beetlejuice, but it does put him in a bit of a tight spot.
Hey!
Excuse me? What?
Think on sexy thoughts. Think on sexy thoughts.
You know, whenever I mess with a figure, I always ask myself the same question. Am I able to recreate the poses from the scene in the movie? And since Beetlejuice only has 2 scenes in this outfit, it didn't take very long to get my answer. With the range of movement that shows off his age, you're not going to realistically have Beetlejuice tucking and rolling out of a car. But for the most part, you don't really need to.
He's got crazy eyes and keeps screaming, "I don't care."
I don't care!
I think there's a reason why NECA lets you see the figure inside the box, because even in-box collectors have a hard time keeping him buried in cardboard. The mouse is a fun little Easter egg and accessory, but with no butterfly joints, it is difficult to get him to reach inside his coat. For all the shortcomings in the articulation department, Beetlejuice makes up for it in his posing possibilities. The number of choices and expressions and gestures are insane. It's right up there with a 1955 Doc Brown for nailing the likeness.
I don't believe it!
If you're a NECA or a DC Multiverse collector, or if you have any other live action figures laying around, this is for you. Beetlejuice doesn't come with a stand, but if you do have a DC Multiverse figure laying around, those stands will fit in the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. For anyone curious, you can swap the Tuxedo Beetlejuice head, but you can't interchange the faceplates. The pegs are opposite to the one from this release, but it's probably for the best. I find that the Tuxedo faceplates are more secure than the old design, and will probably hold up with a better grip over time.
Yay! You're back! Hey, somebody said you were dead. You look good.
NECA also took the opportunity to change the hair from a dark, almost transparent green to a neon green. Personally, I prefer the Bio-Exorcist hair. The slightly transparent plastic allows the light to come through, mimicking his thinning hair.
Not listening. Not listening.
Taking a closer look at the comparison between the Bio-Exorcist and the Tuxedo Beetlejuice, the Tuxedo is more restricted in the joints, especially the ankles. His dancing shoes limiting to a swivel, and a diaper limiting his ability to sit. The blouse does allow for a slight crunch, but it's barely worth mentioning.
Hey, look at my blouse.
Aside from the one set of additional hands that come with Tuxedo Beetlejuice, all hands are the exact same sculpt. The skin tones aren't 100% the same, but they can be fudged.
I'm sorry, I fudged up, guys.
NECA took a big swing with the diorama whorehouse. The spiky Beetlejuice appears to be the same figure we get here, only, spiky. Last I looked, it was having trouble selling the limited amount they had in stock. I just wish they would have crowdfunded it with some ladies as stretch goals.
You have placed Fester under some strange sexual spell. I respect that.
For a character with his name on the marquee, he has the least amount of screen time. So, NECA, I'm pleading with you, can we get some characters from the original movie? Otherwise, this is going to be a dead line for all the wrong reasons. Because Beetlejuice shouldn't be the only one getting the spotlight.
Thank you for all your cooperation!
In comic books, the first appearance of a character always goes for a pretty penny, and that holds true for Beetlejuice. It's not the classic striped look, but I'll take every costume from every appearance in the movie, even the ones where he's mocking or mimicking people. Beetlejuice is extremely expressive, not only with his face, but with his hands. And that's how you know the people over at NECA are fans. Not only did they go above and beyond for the paintwork, but they packed in enough hands and faceplates for Beetlejuice to appear on any shelf regardless of how many times you say his name.
It's showtime.